Hey everybody, this is Kyle from Track by Track, and I wanted to take a moment to pay tribute to Andy Fletcher of Depeche Mode, who passed away today at the age of 60. Fletch, as he's often called, was a founding member of the band, and in fact essentially started the group in 1977 with Vince Clarke. Dave Gahan and Martin Gore joined soon after, and following Clarke's departure to start Yaz in 1981, Alan Wilder came on board to complete what would become the band's classic lineup. Wilder would later leave the group in 1995, making Fletch the senior-most member of the band. Depeche Mode has essentially been a trio since the mid-90s, releasing their most recent album, Spirit, in 2017. And of course, these synth rock legends were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2020. For me, Depeche Mode was one of the most influential bands of my teenage years during the mid to late 80s. My first Depeche Mode album obsession was with 1984's brilliant Some Great Reward. In 1986, they released what I'd consider their masterpiece, Black Celebration, an album I've previously featured as part of my Great 28 series. But of course, their mainstream breakthrough would come with 1987's Music for the Masses, followed 3 years later by the blockbuster Violator album in 1990. I probably have every song on all of those albums memorized, from every lyric to every synthetic pulse to every sharply drawn blasphemous breath. Most of the time on this channel, we tend to focus on more guitar-driven rock, which obviously I love, but I've always had a special affinity for synth new wave music of the 80s. Late in that decade, I was an avid keyboard player. Not a pianist, mind you. I never liked to call myself that. I was a keyboardist. I played synths. I sequenced music with computers, drum machines, and samplers. And I was heavily influenced by bands of that era like, and especially, Depeche Mode. For me, they defined the sound of my youth as well as the sounds that I wanted to create. The darker tone of Depeche Mode laid the foundation for my love of Nine Inch Nails when 1989's Pretty Hate Machine seemed to take that synthesized angst to a whole new level. To me, there's no question, without Depeche Mode, there would be no Nine Inch Nails. And they were wildly influential on so many other alternative acts that would follow in the decades since. Andy Fletcher was a key architect of that sound. He was never as flamboyant as Dave Gahan or Martin Gore, who take turns as frontman of the band. But he was always there in the background like a musical anchor, letting Dave and Martin be showmen while he kept the ship from going adrift. And what a show it's been. Nearly 40 years of music. It seems impossible to believe. And even more impossible to believe that Fletch is gone, now truly playing the angel. His spirit now contributing to the sounds of the universe. We of the masses thank you for the music, for your songs of faith and devotion. Andy Fletcher of Depeche Mode. May he rest in peace.